From the OUTV Broadcast Center in Los Angeles, California, this is Brief News Brief, a brief look at today's trending news topics. Proudly combating the thought police since 2016, here's your host, James Heaney.
I'm James Heaney, and this is your Brief News Briefing. Are intelligent extraterrestrials watching us? Some scientists think that that's a possibility, and that it's happening right now. Yesterday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, researchers began pointing a powerful radio telescope towards this mysterious object that's visiting from another solar system. The object in question is Oumuamua, or at least that's how I pronounce it. It's a cigar-shaped asteroid from another star system moving so fast at about 196,000 miles per hour. That's too fast to be trapped by our sun's gravitational pull. Where's it coming from? Where's it going? Is it the Death Star? Is it some species here to save us from ourselves? The researchers watching this UFO, and it's a UFO, don't tell me it's not. If we can't identify it, it's an unidentified flying object, okay? Researchers are watching this UFO, and they're watching it through a breakthrough initiative called, it's actually the Listen Initiative, led by American hero Stephen Hawking. And they should hopefully tell us sooner than later what they make of this extraordinary UFO that is crossing the path of our solar system. Where does ISIS get its weapons? A new report says the majority of weapons used by ISIS since 2014 originated in China, Russia, and Eastern Europe. Phew! So none of the weapons come from the U.S. Thank God! Uh-oh, not so fast. It looks like 10% of ISIS weapons came from U.S. opposition forces over the course of the conflict. The report concluded that weapon supplies that we gave to Syrian rebels has significantly augmented the quantity and quality of weapons available to ISIS forces. The finding highlights the risk of introducing weapons into a civil war where it is difficult to track the arms or control how they are ultimately used. Isn't it just like America to think that adding more guns to a violent problem will solve a violent problem? But really, it just creates more of a violent problem. When are we going to learn? Historic day in American politics. Doug Jones, the Democratic candidate for Senate, won a special election against Roy Moore in a late-night tight race that should have been a Republican stronghold. Alabama went blue. It's been a couple days since the election, and at this point, Roy Moore still refuses to concede. He wants a recount. There's a bit of confusion about this recount. If the election results are within a 0.5% margin, it automatically goes into a recount. The final results were Doug Jones, 49.9, and Roy Moore, 48.4. Now, I don't want you to do the math. This is your time to relax, okay? I did the math. That's a 1.5% difference. It's a whole percent different than what's needed for the margin, you know? But Roy Moore claims that the Secretary of State explained to him that he could just pay for the recount himself if he wanted to. Now, technically, state law says that is only true in statewide elections. This is not a statewide election. This is a special election. It's not an option. Either way, Roy Moore is desperate, and he's surrendering himself to God. Supporters of Roy Moore ended the election holding hands and singing hymns and praying for their lost souls. But while they were praying and singing hymns, they had actually turned off all the news feeds. That's the equivalent of an ostrich burying its head in sand. But at least we can say the majority aren't like that. Omarosa is out at the White House. Was she fired? Did she resign? Was she dragged out kicking and screaming? Did she peacefully walk out? The rumor mill is rampant. She was the only African-American woman on the Trump staff. She's got a story, or so she says she does. Does that mean she wants a book deal? What's her deal? Now, her former job was the top communication official. It's widely reported that once John Kelly came on over during the summer, she was on the top of the chopping block for being a nonstop problem in the West Wing. People had no idea what she actually did and questioned what her presence brought to the team. Frankly, there's a lot of people that are happy she's out. I'm still on the edge of my seat with the question, why? The entertainment industry's got emotions riling all around, more so than a teenager going through hormone changes. Admiration, uncertainty, and downright fear rippled through the entertainment circles all over the world in response to the merger between two already major entertainment companies, Disney and 21st Century Fox. Disney could now have the power to launch a supercharged Netflix-type platform that can go global very quickly. Disney's likely to start denying its content to Netflix now. Disney's library will now include Fox films, TV shows, as well as Disney films and Disney TV shows. Disney will now have the highest stake in all of Hulu's content, effectively taking over Hulu. Disney says the future is TV, and they need to own TV. Watch out, Netflix, the mouse is coming for your cheese!